Shalom, shalom, shalom. I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, right? This brother Aliyah, and I want to get a little quick exhortation through the Spirit, right? Do not forget the Lord, right? And we're going to jump right into it, right? So we can go to the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 8, verse 11. It says, beware that thou forget not the Lord thy God, and not keeping his commandments and his statutes, in his judgments, in his statutes, which I commanded this day. So, hey, we cannot forget the Lord, right? We cannot forget the commandments. We cannot forget the statutes. We cannot forget the judgments, right? Things that was given to us as a people, right? To keep, right? According to the scriptures, right? So let's go to, jump down to verse 19 real quick. And it says, and it shall be if thou do at all forget the Lord thy God, right? And walk after other gods. And a lot of people sometimes when they think about other gods, right? They think about it as like a statue or a rock or a piece of wood. But another God could be your cell phone, right? It could be social media, right? It could be your woman or your job or money or cars or clothes. It could be anything that you're worshiping or serve more than the Most High God, right? That's your God, right? So it says, verse 19 says, and it shall be if thou do it all forget the Lord thy God and walk after other gods, and serve them and worship them, right? I testify against you this day that ye shall surely perish, right? Hey, so by doing these things, amen, hey, you're gonna get taken out, right? And a lot of times when people forget the law, statute, commandments, when they forget things when they forget what's required of them, right? They start to do things contrary, as in going to hell off, right? Committing sin, right? But the scriptures tell us, like in Sirach, it tells you to flee from sin, right? Let's get there real fast though. Right, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 21 and verse 2. It says, flee from sin as from the face of a serpent. For if thou comest too near it, right, it will bite thee. The teeth thereof are as the teeth of a lion, right, slaying the souls of men. Right, and when you're not thinking, right, you're not focusing on the law, statutes, commandments, right, you start to draw near and closer to sin, right? And next thing you know, you mess around, get bit, right? You mess around, get wounded, right? Because you weren't focused, because you weren't being circumspect, right? When you're not being circumspect, right, you're not watching what's around you, right, through the Spirit, right? And next thing you know, you get pounced on, right, by sin, right, by that serpent, right, by that lion, right? So let's go to verse 3. It says, all iniquity is as a two-edged sword, the wounds whereof cannot be healed, right? So you don't want to find yourself, right, forgetting the law, statute, commandments, because you're not thinking about them, you're not meditating on them, right? You're not doing what you should be doing, right? You drawing nearer and nearer to sin, right? And now you're getting stabbed up, right? You're getting wounded, right? Let me get that in Joshua chapter 1 and verse 8. Yeah, I'm going to go Joshua 1 and 8. The classic, man. Joshua 1 and 8. The book of Joshua chapter 1 verse 8. It says, this book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night. Because if you're meditating on the scriptures day and night, right, you can't forget it. You can't forget because you always meditating on it. You're always thinking about it, right? But it says that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein, right? And it says, for then shalt thou make thy way prosperous, and then shalt thou have good success, right? So by you meditating on these scriptures, right, then you can, it's easier to avoid sin, right? It's easier to avoid transgression law because you're always meditating, right? And thinking of it, right? So I'm going to get Psalms chapter 50 and verse 22, and then I'm going to close out. Like I said, it's just a quick little exhortation to just encourage brothers and sisters not to forget the Lord, right? To be meditating on these scriptures day and night, right? And flee from sin. But I'm going to get this right here. This Psalms chapter 50 and verse number 22. It says, now consider this, ye that forget God, you that forget God, right? Lest I tear you in pieces and there be none to deliver. Right? So remember that. Right? Do not forget the Lord. Do not forget the commandments. Do not forget the law, statutes, and judgments. Why? Because if we do, right, Lord said, lest I tear you in pieces. Hey, Lord, he'll tear you in pieces. Right? He said, and there will be none to deliver out his hand. And nobody can take you out the hand of the Lord. Right? So with that, like I said, I want to encourage brothers and sisters, hey, don't forget the Lord. Right? Don't forget these commandments. Right? Don't forget the statute and judgment. Hey, meditate on these things. Right? And with that, man, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua. Shalom, shalom, shalom.